Hello, Tarot viewers. Welcome to our Timeless Oracle reading. And our Oracle card for today belongs to the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron-Reid. Okay, and the card for today is entitled Repairing the Veil, Forgiveness. Okay, yesterday we have a reading from the Guiding Light Oracle entitled The Blame Game. I think if you have not watched that video, maybe you might want to watch it because it's somehow related to our reading for today, which is repairing the veil. When you look at this picture, this tree is filled up with a lot of ribbons. It makes me think of our spinal column and the seven major chakras of our body. So each ribbon for me represents our chakras. And when we undergo inner healing, we are restoring the normal flow of our chakras. We are removing the blocks within our chakras. So when we undergo transformation, which can be symbolized by this butterfly that is enjoying the beauty of the garden around her, we undergo transformation. Part of the process of our transformation is the healing of our pasts, and when we heal our pasts, we inadvertently unblock our chakras, especially the lower chakras, the root chakras, the sacral chakras. The lower chakras usually are related to our to our pasts, the pasts that we were hurt in, the things that we were hurt. So it's healing our past. So healing our past would also be part of our transformation, and at the same time the unblocking of our chakras. Now, repairing the veil and the area of forgiveness, it's oftentimes when you look at forgiveness, we are trying to see that the other people have offended us. We are the victim. We are the ones that are hurt. But sometimes it's not always that. It is not always. It is not always that. The case is not always like that. Sometimes we are the one who cause hurts to other people. Just as we get hurt by other people, sometimes we are also the cause of hurt of other people. But oftentimes we think of ourselves often, and so we always say it's their fault. They have to apologize to us. But sometimes also, whatever conflict that we have, sometimes it is us also who cause some pain to others. And it's important for us to not blame others, but to accept our contribution to the fall of the situation. To also have the humility to accept that sometimes we hurt other people also. And it's very important for their healing that we accept our mistakes and we apologize. At the same time also, it's also good on our part if we are the victim of the situation and we are the one who was hurt, to learn to forgive people, because learning to forgive will also allow us to get healed. But the important thing, the first step, is recognizing that somebody was hurt, whether it is somebody to whom we have caused the hurt, or we are the recipient of the hurt that other people have done. Or sometimes it's both of us. We were part of that party that has caused pain to everyone. Okay, everybody contributed to the situation. But the first step is recognizing that there has been a situation where some people have been hurt. It could either be us or other people or all. When we recognize that, they say diagnosis is 50% of the cure. When you already know what is the situation, what is the cause of the hurting, or what is the cause of the pain, then somehow it allows us to already move forward. It is already the first step. Now, what is the second step? To go towards the process of forgiveness. So now this is the hard part. But you know what? This is also a process. It starts from within. It doesn't immediately goes out. Like, for example, to forgive somebody, it's not easy. I mean, you cannot easily forgive. You have to recognize first that you were hurt. And after you were hurt, because you are recognizing that you are hurt, it's not easy for you to immediately forgive externally. But you can start to go in the process of forgiveness interiorly. Like, for example, you can honestly say, in silence, of in your silence. You don't have to say it before the person, but you can picture the person before you without the person being physically present, and then you just visualize the person, and then you say in spirit to the person, you know, you have hurt me, but I would like to forgive you in spite of this. But it doesn't mean that when you forgive somebody, you will allow the situation to repeat itself. Sometimes part of the forgiveness is no longer allowing the situation to repeat itself. So for sometimes if you are in a relationship that you know will be like a vicious cycle, then maybe this is the time for you to say, enough, I want a better life. So sometimes also part of the forgiveness is removing yourself from the situation. Not if you are already in, if you realize that you are already in a vicious cycle, and you are able to, learning to realize that is already part of removing yourself from the situation. So learning to say I forgive you does not necessarily mean that you will remain in the vicious cycle. You need to save yourself first from the vicious cycle. And hopefully, maybe in the near future, if you are out of the vicious cycle, then maybe you will be setting free the other person also, because there is no longer the relationship wherein both of you are constantly churning in difficulty. So how do you do it? How do we take the first step towards forgiveness? Well, we don't have to say it immediately face to face. You can do it in spirit. Like, for example, you visualize before you the person without the person being physically present, and tell the person honestly, you know, I was hurt by the situation, but I would like to forgive you. It's not going to be easy, but I begin the process right now. And I know if I forgive you, I will be also forgiving myself, and I will be setting myself free. At the same time also, if you have difficulty reaching out to the person that you have hurt, okay, if you are on the other side of of the the stick, you are the one who have caused the hurt, and you know that the person is not yet ready to receive you, well, you can visualize the person in spirit, and before his spiritual presence or his energy, you say, I have committed a mistake. I realize that I might not have the opportunity to say it to you face to face right now, but in spirit, I would like to say, I'm sorry, and I would like to begin again. Just take this first step and allow the spirit to guide you, and sooner or later, there will be repairing of the veil. When it is healing your past, allow the spirit to guide you to undergo healing. If you feel there is a need for you to seek assistance from a professional, the mere fact that you are thinking that there is a need for you to do so could be the universe prompting you that this is the course that you need to take towards your healing. So sometimes we will be in need for the guidance of other people also. Sometimes the universe even brings us somebody who will allow us to undergo healing. A guide in the physical realm, or it can be also in the spiritual realm, or both. Well, this is our insights that we can gather from repairing the veil and journeying towards forgiveness, but we will end with the reading of the handbook that accompanies it so that we can gain more insights regarding this topic. Repairing the veil, forgiveness, making amends, recognition of our unity. Okay. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. Okay, this is a nice outlook also, no? As thin veil separates us, that sometimes if we look at it, it's like we divide ourselves as us and them. But yeah, let's continue. Okay, this veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity, that we are all interconnected. Okay, we can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. Okay, when we hurt somebody, we also hurt ourselves. Okay, and when we are hurt by somebody, they also hurt themselves in a certain sense. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's action to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller, direct relationship. This is interesting. Not only the people concerned are the ones who are being hurt, but the whole of the universe, because we are all interconnected. Yes, it's true. A drop of water sends out waves to the whole of the pond, just as a small incident affects the whole of the universe. An interesting thought. Now let us continue. Now this is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it is important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you, for your own liberty, as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim. Both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments. Know your part in the dynamic and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much needed declaration of freedom. Okay, so when we forgive, we also set ourselves free. Well, I hope you were able to gain some insights from it. I know there are still more insights that you can gain from it, which this is just like a drop in the pond, a drop of water in the pond, which will give you more insights to come. Okay. I look forward to seeing you again in our next video. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.